Have you ever looked at someone in their 70s, walking confidently, standing tall, moving with ease, and quietly wondered, how are they doing that while my body feels stiff, tired, and older than it should? Because here's the truth most people never hear. Getting older does not automatically mean getting weaker. But something else does, and that something might already be happening in your daily routine without you even realizing it. Think about your own day for a moment. You wake up and your back feels tight. Your knees take a few seconds to cooperate. You reach for something and feel that slight pull in your shoulder. Nothing too serious? Just small discomforts that are easy to ignore. But slowly, quietly, those small discomforts begin to shape your life more than you expect. You start avoiding stairs without even thinking about it. You sit more than you used to. You stop doing things you once enjoyed, not because you want to, but because your body resists. And one day you realize it's not just stiffness anymore. It's limitation. And that realization hits harder than anything else. But here's where things get really interesting. What if I told you that you don't need complicated workouts, expensive gyms, or exhausting routines to change this? What if just 3 simple movements, done the right way, could help you feel stronger, more stable, and even younger after 50? Sounds too simple, right? And that's exactly why most people ignore it. Because the fitness world has made everything look complicated. Machines, programs, supplements, endless advice. But your body doesn't need complexity. It needs consistency and the right kind of movement. And when you give it that, something powerful starts to happen. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever tried exercising before? Maybe started walking or followed some routine online? And after a few days or weeks, you stopped. Not because you're lazy, but because it felt too hard, too confusing, or simply not worth the effort. If that's you, you're not alone. And this is exactly where most people over 50 go wrong. They try to do too much too fast, and their body pushes back. Because after 50, your body doesn't respond the way it used to. It doesn't need intensity, it needs intelligence. It doesn't need punishment, it needs support. And most importantly, it needs the right movements that actually work with your body instead of against it. But here's the biggest mistake. People focus on what looks impressive instead of what actually works. They chase fast results instead of lasting strength. And in that process, they miss the few simple things that could truly change how they feel every single day. And now you might be wondering, if it's really this simple, why doesn't everyone know about it? And that's exactly what we're about to uncover. Because before I show you the only 3 exercises that can transform your strength and mobility after 50, there's one important truth you need to understand first. And this is where most people unknowingly fail. Before we talk about the 3 exercises, you need to understand something that most people completely overlook. Because this one truth quietly decides whether your body gets stronger or continues to weaken with time. And it all comes down to how your body changes after 50. You see, as the years pass, your muscles naturally begin to shrink. Your joints lose some of their flexibility. And your balance becomes slightly less stable. It doesn't happen overnight, and that's why it's so dangerous. Because you don't notice it until it starts affecting your daily life. But here's where the biggest mistake happens. Most people think this decline is normal and unavoidable, so they simply accept it. But the reality is very different. Your body is still capable of staying strong, mobile, and active. Even in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, the problem is not age, the problem is inactivity. And more importantly, the wrong kind of movement. Think about a typical day, hours of sitting. Whether it's watching TV, using your phone, or just resting, very little movement. And when you do move, it's often limited to small, repetitive actions. Over time, this sends a message to your body. These muscles are no longer needed, and your body responds by slowly weakening them. And then, when you suddenly decide to exercise, maybe after watching a video or getting motivated, you choose something intense, fast workouts, heavy movements, or complicated routines. Your joints feel stressed, your muscles feel sore in the wrong way. And within days, you stop again, not because you don't care, but because your body couldn't handle it. This cycle repeats over and over again. Do nothing for weeks. Try something hard, feel pain, stop again. And each time this happens, your confidence drops a little more. You start believing that maybe exercise is just not for you anymore. But that belief is not the truth. It's just the result of doing the wrong things. And here's something even more important. Not all exercises are safe for you at this stage of life. Some movements that were fine in your younger years can now put unnecessary pressure on your knees, your lower back, or your shoulders. And without realizing it, you might be doing more harm than good. But here's where things start to change. Your body after 50 needs 3 things more than anything else. Strength to support your joints, mobility to keep your movements smooth, and balance to prevent falls and injuries. And the problem is, most workout routines focus on only one of these, or sometimes none at all. That's why walking alone is not enough. And heavy workouts are not the answer. Either your body needs something in between, something simple, controlled, and effective. Movements that activate multiple muscles together. Movements that improve how your body works as a whole. And this is exactly why we are focusing on only 3 exercises, because when chosen correctly, these 3 can target strength, mobility, and balance at the same time. They don't just make you look fit, they make you feel capable again. They help you move with confidence, and most importantly, they support your body in everyday life. But here's the surprising part. Most people have either never heard of these exercises, or they've been doing them incorrectly for years. And that small mistake is the difference between getting results and seeing no change at all. So now the question is, what are these 3 powerful movements? And how do you actually do them in a way that works for your body, not against it? Because in the next part, we're going to walk through them step by step in the simplest way possible, so you can start feeling the difference almost immediately. Now let's slow things down, because this is the moment that can truly change how your body feels every single day. And remember, we're not chasing exhaustion here. We're building strength, stability, and confidence in the simplest way possible. The first movement is something your body already understands. Sitting and standing. But here's the difference. Most people do it without awareness. And that's where the biggest mistake happens. Because when done correctly, this simple action becomes one of the most powerful ways to strengthen your legs, support your knees, and protect your lower back, all at the same time. You sit down slowly on a chair, then stand back up without using your hands if possible, keeping your back straight and your movements controlled. And at first, it may feel challenging, but that's exactly how you know it's working. And here's something important. Don't rush it. The magic is in the control. The slower you go, the more your muscles activate. And within a few days, you'll notice something surprising. Getting up from a chair, from the bed, even from the toilet, starts to feel easier, and that small change can bring back a sense of independence that many people slowly lose without realizing it. But wait, because this is just the beginning. The second movement is even more powerful, and it directly affects something many people fear after 50, losing balance. Because one small slip can change everything. But this simple movement trains your body to stay stable and confident. You stand behind a chair or near a wall for support, and gently lift one foot off the ground, holding your balance for a few seconds. Then switch sides. It sounds too easy, but don't underestimate it, because this is where your body relearns stability. At first, you might wobble. Your foot may touch the ground quickly, and that's completely okay. In fact, that's your body waking up muscles that haven't been used properly in years. And with just a few days of practice, you'll notice yourself standing more confidently, walking more steadily, and even feeling safer while moving around your home. But here's where most people go wrong. They give up too early, thinking it's not doing anything, when in reality, it's working deep inside your body. Now the third movement ties everything together. And this one focuses on your upper body, something many people ignore until simple tasks like lifting groceries or reaching overhead become difficult. This movement is gentle wall push-ups. You stand facing a wall, place your hands against it, and slowly push your body away, then return, keeping your movements smooth and controlled. No strain, no pressure, just steady motion. And here's the hidden benefit. This doesn't just strengthen your arms, it also supports your shoulders, improves posture, and even helps reduce that forward stoop that many people develop over time. And when your posture improves, your breathing improves, your confidence improves, and even the way you carry yourself begins to change. Now imagine this for a moment. Just these 3 simple movements, sitting and standing, balancing on one foot, and gentle wall push-ups, done for a few minutes every day, No equipment. No pressure, just consistency. And slowly, your body begins to respond, your movements feel lighter, your joints feel supported. And that stiffness you once accepted as normal starts to fade. But here's the key that most people miss. It's not about doing more, it's about doing it regularly. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day can create a powerful change over time. And once your body starts feeling better, you naturally want to move more. And that's how real transformation begins. And just when you think this is enough, there's something even more important you need to know. Because even these simple exercises can lose their effectiveness if you ignore one critical factor. And this is where many people unknowingly slow down their progress. Now here's something most people never realize. Even the simplest exercises in the world can fail you if you ignore one very small but powerful detail. And that detail is consistency over intensity. Because many people still carry this old belief that more is better, so they do these movements for a few days, maybe even push themselves a little harder, and then suddenly stop for a week or even longer, and that's where progress quietly disappears. Your body doesn't respond to occasional effort. It responds to regular signals, gentle, repeated reminders that say, we need to stay strong. And when you give your body that signal daily, even in small amounts, it starts adapting in ways that feel almost surprising. Your joints feel smoother, your steps feel lighter, your confidence slowly returns. But here's where the biggest mistake happens. People wait to feel motivated before they act, instead of acting first and letting motivation follow. And there's another hidden danger you need to be aware of. Doing these movements too quickly or without attention, because rushing through them removes their real benefit, and sometimes even puts strain on your joints, especially your knees and shoulders. Slow, controlled movement is what activates your muscles safely, and that's what protects your body in the long run. But most people skip this, thinking speed means progress, when in reality, control is what creates lasting strength. Now let's talk about something even deeper, something that goes beyond exercise, because your body doesn't work in isolation. What you eat, how you sleep, and how much you move throughout the day all play a role in how these exercises affect you. If you stay active during the day, even simple walking around your home, if you drink enough water, and include basic nourishing foods like fruits, vegetables, and protein, your body responds faster, and the results feel more natural. And here's a bonus tip that very few people talk about. Try doing these movements at the same time every day. Maybe in the morning after waking up, or in the evening before dinner. Because when you turn it into a routine, it stops feeling like a task, and becomes a natural part of your life, just like brushing your teeth. And that's when real, lasting change begins. But let me share something honest with you. This is not about becoming a bodybuilder. It's not about looking perfect. It's about something much more important, being able to move freely, to live independently, to do your daily activities without fear, to enjoy your life without constantly thinking about pain or weakness, and that kind of strength is priceless. And imagine this a few weeks from now. You get up from your chair without effort. You walk with more confidence. You feel steady, balanced, and in control, and someone around you notices. They say, you look more active these days. What changed? And you smile, because you know it wasn't anything complicated. Just 3 simple movements, done with care, done with consistency. But the truth is, most people will hear this, feel inspired for a moment, and then do nothing, and slowly, things will stay the same, or even get worse. But you have a choice right now. A simple decision that could change how your body feels in the coming months and years. So start today, start small. Even if it's just a few repetitions, because what matters is not how much you do, but that you begin, and once you begin, your body will take care of the rest. And if this message helped you even a little, if you felt like this was speaking directly to you, then don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs this reminder. Because sometimes the simplest advice can make the biggest difference in someone's life.